I've been a filmmaker for over 13 years now, traveling the world and making content for corporations, celebrities, and stories involving many cultures. Now, all of that has stopped as we are faced with a global pandemic.
Coronavirus.
To COVID-19. It's coronavirus.
Here in New York, the number of coronavirus
Social distancing measures until the government believes COVID-19 is under control.
Forced with having a stay-at-home order, I've decided to create a show that talks about professionals in their industry and how COVID-19 has impacted them. I hate being in front of the camera. I look rough and raw, but that's what this show is all about, keeping it real and, in fact, keeping it a buck.
What do you mean you don't follow the news?
Sex doctor herself.
Hey! How are you?
Crypto, man, welcome to the show.
Yeah, bro, what's good, man?
One and only Shardell Moore. One and only Ricky Platinum.
Salute me there. Check in.
If you ain't been doing your goddamn history in the past goddamn 10 years, I go by the name Tone people.
Now this here goes out to all those player haters. Now if you can relate to this, keep it real, man. Don't front.
Dancehall music is known worldwide and can be described as the essence of innovation, vibrance, a culturally driven movement, and a feel-good music. And with dancehall, there's many stars that have been born, including superstar DJ Ricky Platinum.
That's the thing. Like, a lot of people, it's like how the DJs are making it out. First of all, yeah, your mommy tell you for see it for rainy days. Like, I don't really think about it. The more you think about it, is the more stressed you're gonna be. Like, yo, John do a star, what am I gonna get? And you start to count the money you got. Like right now, bro, I promise you, I don't think for the last month I spent more than $400.
Also, Tone P, one of the music industry's finest producer and an activist of Washington, D.C., and talks about COVID-19 in his industry and the impact it has caused throughout the world.
Sometimes I think during this time, it's two things. You either can focus on creating music right now, you know what I mean, to sell and to put a plan together to really go out and take advantage of, you know, the moment of people wanting to be out. And it's going to be a huge void to fill when it comes to people wanting to just be out and just going to concerts and going to, you know, to live shows. I think people should strategize there to take advantage of that time, but take advantage right now to make some new material.
For a person that's in this industry, he's a perfect person to talk to about what's going on right now and things we can, you know, look forward to in this situation. You see me? The one and only Ricky Platinum.
Salute me there. Check in.
What's going on, bro?
I'm here, man. Trying to hold the fate.
Yeah, man, definitely. So I want you to tell the people who you are. For those who don't know who you are, what you do, and what you've been up to.
Well, I'm Ricky Platinum, known in the DMV as one of the baddest selectors them in dancehall, and I've been blessed to also tap into other markets such as the hip hop scene, the soca scene, Afrobeat scene. I'm a all around DJ. Like, I'm a versatile DJ in the DMV area, and I travel with my talent and, you know, just spread the words to DMV has talent.
Yeah, man, not to lie, man, you are one of the pioneers for the DMV, and honestly, Ricky Platinum represent for the entire DMV.
Oh,
you're the right person.
Not to forget, the newest addition to 93.9 will be KYS in the DMV. So
Yes. Well, we're not even gonna say that the newest addition to Radio One, because Radio One is a syndicated platform. You know what I mean? So, we're in a state right now with this COVID-19, this coronavirus, sitting where we're stuck in our house. What are some things you do to get by or pass time?
As you can see, one of the biggest things to help us DJs get by is the social media, from Facebook to Instagram, you name it, YouTube. They have them streaming on YouTube and even on the Zoom. Connecting to the people is like the number one priority for the DJs. Connecting to the people, and people have done it before the COVID-19, but we're starting to take full advantage of it now that we have everyone's attention. Like, people is home, they want forms of entertainment. You're not gonna get nothing live on TV. You can't get a new TV show, you can't get a new episode, you can't get a new Love and Hip Hop, you feel what I'm saying? So the only live entertainment right now is social media, and the DJs has a platform, because I mean, I wouldn't see a full show, TV show, airing live on Instagram Live. You get what I'm saying? So right now, you know, you have other forms of entertainment, but right now, the number one leading entertainment right now in the world on social media is DJs doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that we do to get by. The main important thing to do to get by. That's if you love the music.
And I've seen so many DJs and musicians just go on live and just either just sharing information or share music, you know what I mean? Because in a time like this, you need it, you know what I mean? Like, where people can't really go outside, they can't enjoy nothing.
And I could tell you straight up, like, sometimes I meet people, they be like, so what you do for a living? I be like, I'm a DJ. And the first thing is like, what's your plan B? What you gonna do after that? That's all you do? Right. And right now, this COVID-19 just exposed that music, being in the music industry, is probably like the best decision I've made, like, ever. Wow. Music, you can't stop music. You can't stop the flow of music. Yeah. You can't stop. It's like we cannot delete Michael Jackson's album. We can't delete the old Butcher them. We can't delete the old Barris them. We can't delete that old Jay-Z. Music is always going to be there. That means that I'm always going to have a job.
Oh, you want to go to the UK? Put your land them in the deal. Anybody representing the UK want to play that song, you enter down the fire. Ricky Platinum, yo, represent for the UK family. Hey, 3 weekend, out and something. Yo, Ricky Platinum, Batman out and something.
Well, speaking of that, because that was my next question. Like, in a time like this where everything's locked down, how do you profit or make money or sustain? Because a lot of people know it's like, yo, me can't go outside and go spend this, or me can't go this up place, so I'm stuck with not having a job. You know what I mean? How do I?
That's the thing. Like, a lot of people, it's like how the DJs are making it out. First of all, yeah, your mommy tell you for save for rainy days. That's one. And I'm not gonna say like I got millions and thousands of dollars saved up, but you still gotta realize that even though I'm a DJ, sometimes I have to sit back and realize, like, we're not the only one going through this. You feel what I'm saying? Like, everywhere locked down. Like, there's a lot of people without a job. So the number one thing is not to panic, because like when you start to panic and you start to think about it, like, bro, I really was not thinking like, yo, we locked down. Like, I don't really think about it. The more you think about it is the more stressed you're gonna be. Like, yo, John doing star, what am I gonna get? And you start to count the money you got. Like, right now, bro, I promise you, I don't think for the last month I spent more than $400.
Wow.
And if I was out and COVID-19 wasn't here, bro, I would have blown through like $3,000 already.
It's crazy.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So this is actually a blessing and a curse. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? This COVID-19 right here is like something like I can sit back and plan. Like, normally when I'm on the road, like, I be on the road. Yeah. I'm talking about every weekend. Like, before this COVID-19, I had at least 6 countries, not cities or states, I'm talking about 6 countries to go in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, that big league. This man in our big league. 6 countries, not cities.
Not cities, but 6 different countries. And I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, I lost all these bookings, but the blessings in all of this to actually sit back and just think, like, brainstorm or try to come up with an idea, and much less I just got on the radio. I got a lot of ideas.
So I'm not sure if you're catching Swiss Beats and Timbaland created called Verzuz. It seems like every Saturday everyone is literally getting dressed up to watch this virtual show, and they feel like there's a party with them. Is that something you would consider?
Even like when it comes to battling and clashing, this is my thing, right? Me not push war, me not push badness or whatever. But I'm the type of dude like this. Like, I don't plan stuff. Like, I don't plan like wars. Like, the only way that can happen is if I'm in a event or a party and a DJ calls me out. Like, then I'll be just like, I'm ready to attack. But I can't see myself planning like, yo, I'm gonna punch him like this and I'm gonna punch him like that. Like, my thing is not like that. Like, anybody come at me, they gotta be like in an event. You come to me at an event and try style me in front of the people, them embarrass me in front of the people, then I'm a retaliate. And then that's like my driving force. But to sit in the house and, I mean, it sounds fun, but I know that's on my mindset there right now. Like, someone be like, yo, when you gonna start clashing? I'm like, yo, on some real stuff, like when my bookings start declining, like when my bookings start going down like this, then I'll start clashing. Because the bookings with me I get right now is not because I'm a clash DJ. It's because I'm bringing entertainment to the people them and making the people them have fun.
To wrap it up, last question. So for the DJs that are just starting out, like I'm talking about fresh, maybe they started like in November or whatever, and they decided to do this, but then bam, coronavirus hit them, and so now they're in a state of depression. They don't know what to do. They're actually thinking about changing their minds. What kind of advice would I give a young DJ coming up?
One thing may I say is, like, if you, in these times, if you got to change your mind, then you wasn't built for this. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if you have to say, what am I going to do? Or I should change my mind, or I should change my direction, then you wasn't made to do this. Like, for me, DJing was a calling. You get what I'm saying? So there was times where I just knew that I wanted to be a DJ, and it was like, dang, when I'm going to get this bus, like, you have to be patient. Like, I made so many sacrifices. People don't understand sacrifices, going across the state for free, going to people events for free, charging $50 just the early one. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, you have to climb that ladder. You just got to wait your turn. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, especially in these times, there's nothing you could do. So when you change your mind in these times, what are you gonna do? Right. What are you gonna decide to do? Like, what's the plan? So every DJ out there, I just encourage you, if you love it, stick to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, like, there's a lot of DJs that don't have a big name that's making a name right now. Like, there's a lot of DJs that's on live, like, getting a whole bunch of viewership, and promoters is looking at them. And I bet when this is over, promoters gonna be like, yo, what's your number? I'm trying to book you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, Ricky, I appreciate you for coming through and blessing the insights, giving your knowledge and experience about, you know what I'm saying, DJing, but also in the state that we in with this coronavirus thing. Brother, salute you.
Respect.
Last one. It's my last one here. He's standing on stage, man. This Tone P right here. He produced great Ice Cream Girl, a lot of the go-go shit that I did, a lot of the Gifted, Sunshine. You know what I'm saying? Listen up to Tone P. Mojo Bombs. God willing, when we do another motherfucking DC show, when the city come out, we're going to do something bigger, because if it's going to be bigger, or it's going to be nothing. But make some noise with Tone P.
Tone P, one of the music industry's finest producers, sits down and talks about COVID-19 in his industry and the impact it has caused. For viewers that don't know who you are, to tell people a little bit about who you are and what you do and things like that.
Well, if you ain't been doing your goddamn history in the past goddamn 10 years, I go by the name Tone P from DC. Making music here and there, incorporating go-go, you know, with hip hop, you know, R&B, a bunch of, you know, rock and roll flavor, go-go stuff. Go-go, which is DC's indigenous music. If you've been paying attention, I don't like to hype myself up, but a lot of people say that I do it big. You know what I mean? That I've done a lot of big boy stuff. I've collaborated with artists like J. Cole and Wale, Meek, 2 Chainz, and Currency, and Chris Brown, Fabulous, all of them. You know what I mean? It's a blessing to work with, you know, such dope talent from, you know, many cities and, you know, different countries and people all around the world, man. It's dope to just connect with, you know, other dope energies. Moving forward, you know, with as far as this COVID experience, since, you know.
What does that do for the state of music right now? Like,
I mean, it's killing the music. I mean, music's all about the live experience. Like, that's where most people make their money. People, you know, from concerts to small gigs to big gigs, you know what I mean? Like, that's the main source of income for most, not all, but most artists is touring. You feel me? You know, the second income, if you're blessed to be in a situation to be selling albums, then that's another source of income. But, you know, if you don't have that streamline, or you're not like a major artist or an artist that has a cult following, then, you know, making money is not really, it's not going to be a plentiful thing for, you know, those folks that are going through this time. You know what I mean? Like, for people that aren't making money, that don't have a cult following, you know, to put out music right now, you know, to stream music, to make some money from it at the moment, man, I would have just advised, you know, to try to at least just make sure you cover your bills with as much as possible. Sometimes I think during this time it's 2 things. You either can focus on creating music right now, you know what I mean, to sell and to put a plan together to really go out and take advantage of, you know, the moment of people wanting to be out. And it's going to be a huge void to fill when it comes to people wanting to just be out and just going to concerts and going to, you know, to live shows. I think people should strategize there to take advantage of that time, but take advantage right now to make some new material and to make some plans out of it. But because a lot of people are running themselves in circles trying to make money out of music if you don't have that following, right? If you don't have a following, if you're not making, you know, I'm just giving you real advice, you know, because a lot of people that sit there and try to tell you, man, look, man, get on the internet, try to hit TikTok, try to do this, get it popping and all that. Listen, don't waste your time trying to do something that's already not working. Like, it's 100,000 people out here trying to do exactly that. And it's not going to work unless you get lucky half of the time. So my thing is, like, just this time will not be, it won't last forever.
As far as the state of collaborating with somebody, because I know as a music producer, that's what you do.
That's what I do.
We've been kind of locked down for 2 months. What is the process of, if you want to put somebody on a beat, but of course we can't, being in the situation?
That's cool. Well, me and Wale just reached out to me about 2 weeks ago. Me and him doing some stuff. He actually just said some shit I sent over today was fire. So, I mean, I got a team, and I email stuff. I'm like the orchestrator when it comes to production. So I orchestrate a lot of stuff. And I've been sending stuff. I mean, I get up in the morning, you know, I lay out some tracks. I send them out to my man Drew, or send them out to Chris Leach, and send them out to my man Chris or Olu, and you know what I mean? And I keep it rolling that way. They send me files back and we compile beats and I put them together and I send them out to my contacts.
Everything's just digital.
So everything's digital. I never got to see you if I don't want to.
Real, man, because in a time like this, shit, nigga, don't come on my house, stay your ass at where you at. You know what I'm saying? And we just do it like that.
I'm going to tell you some wild shit I seen yesterday, right? So I went down to visit my mother down in Southwest. I went down there to pick up a royalty check, right? And I get down there and I go down there and I just kind of, I chop it up with him for about 10, 15 minutes. As I pull up before I get to the door, you know, I see some of my men outside. I see my man Dirk, and I see like about 10 or 15 dudes in a circle, and they all smoking, right? They all smoking blunts. And I get up to the steps and I'm talking to my parents, and then I kind of look down while I'm speaking at them. I'm like, I see them all smoking blunts and passing them to each other. And I just and I was like, am I really seeing this shit? I mean, are people not watching the news, or are they this misinformed, or is niggas retarded?
That's wild.
I mean, I couldn't. But I had to really take a breath and really digest what I was looking at as I was trying to just chop it up with my folks. I'm just like, damn, these niggas real. They really don't get it.
I know, like, even in this time, you are a what I call like a hustling producer. You always you always working hard, you know what I mean, and working towards a goal at something, you know what I mean, and I just want to, you know what I'm saying, bring the viewers to know that, you know what I mean, even in a time like this where we supposed to be stagnant, you can still be doing stuff.
And I was an artist first, and then my cousin started making beats within the group, and then I started making beats because we was always together, and then beats just kind of took off. But I was always a writer, you know what I mean? I was always a person to execute hooks or shit a whole verse. And you know, I've been working on my albums. I got like 3 albums, man. I got 2 that's about to be mixed and mastered and done within the next month or 2. And so I'm just, you know, playing. I just got off the phone with my lawyer before you called, you know what I mean? Telling her, look, hey, it's time to get money with these albums now. Like,
y'all just know, I will be shooting 1 or 2 of them videos on his albums. I'm saying that here first. Putting that out in the universe.
Yeah, you got one of the best cameras, man, and the best editing skills I've seen in the city. Period. Actually, a lot of people don't really know me for my, you know, for the pen. Like I wrote the Ambition hook for Wale. You know what I mean? But I was talking about myself when I wrote it. You know, they're gonna love me for my ambition. Easy to dream a dream, though it's harder to live it. I was talking about me. I was on the tour bus, but you know, I wrote that. I wrote a bunch of things, you know, dealing with Wale and dealing with other people too. You know what I mean? So it's about time people understand, like, they're going to feel my vibe real soon. Because I got a strong vibe.
Yeah, this is much as how, like, Kanye started producing. He came out, you know what I'm saying?
He stacked his bread. He did it the right way. Yeah. Kanye stacked his bread. He had about 300,000-400,000 in the tank. Right. Took that. And as an artist, it was always business to day one because he ain't never had to struggle. Mm-hmm. He had money to move his artistry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing now, just stacking my money because everything, you know, is about business. You know, people think that songs they take off by chance, or the radio was just fucking with it or something like that. No, it's always business. Somebody paid for a slot. You feel me? Somebody paid for a slot so they can, when it becomes famous on the radio, they can take advantage of doing shows in that area and selling merch in that area around that song. Right. It's a whole lot of money to be made from a song being hot. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm looking towards.
Y'all heard what he said. That's gems. Is what you call it, payroller almost?
Yeah, it's all pay to play, and it's how you manage paying to play. Honestly, how you can work your numbers. You got to be tidy with your numbers. Like the streaming game is another thing. Like streams, like put it like this: if you have, say you get, like I'm gonna give you a small example. So Church, the song Church I released with 3 Black, Chris T.O.B. and JG Riff, right? Mm-hmm. And that song up to about 150,000 streams, right, on Spotify. Now, 150,000 streams, you're probably looking at around like, let's see, 500-600. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's a number. So that if it gets up to about, let's say, 500,000, you're probably looking at around like $2,000 or $2,500. You feel me? Something like that. So it takes a lot of streams. So $1 million, you probably, a million streams, you're hitting around 6,000, you know what I mean? $5,000, $6,000, some shit like that, around the number. So say if you had a playlist, somebody who sanctions a playlist, they run a playlist, and say this playlist could get you a guaranteed 300 to 400,000, and they charge you $1,000 to put your song on this playlist. Now, if you had a relationship, and you had a relationship with 3 people that could do the same numbers for $1,000, that's $3,000 for a potential 7,500 to 1 million streams, and you do the math. You feel me? And that's how you play the game. It's the new radio without having to deal with the fucking radio. You know what I mean? Where you put your shit on these playlists and you pay to play, but it's how you manage your investments. You feel me? If I know $1,000 can give me 25, then $3,000 can give me, you feel me, 7 to 8 grand.
Man, look, man, I appreciate you for coming on. You know what I mean? It was a pleasure. Happy that you was able to take time out of your busy schedule,
You know what I'm saying? To come up out here and spread.
Ain't nothing, bro. We got work to do, man.
Sure. Yeah, we still got work to do.
We got work to do, my G.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?